Hello? Hello?
Yo,
Yo, how are you?
good.
Okay, you have any questions before we begin?
Not really.
Okay, so you said gold 1. You've been silver for a little bit, or what?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, cool. So what, can you remind me your mains? Silver Breach. Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, you ready?
yeah.
Okay, can you remind me your mains, like your agents? Breach, you know, I play Breach and Sova.
I usually just play solo. I play chamber sometimes. Those like the main two.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, okay, we're silver 1 here. This is a bit of an older VOD. That's okay though.
This is on an alt because my main was pump end.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. Okay. So how do you feel about Icebox?
It's like my top three maps. One of them. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's a very good map for Sova, for sure. Um, for Breach, I think it could be good for Breach. Not as good as Sova though, I don't think. But um, yeah. Okay. Let's see our buy.
I guess you could skip forward a little bit.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so we have Ghost,
Good team. I say we go
getting our Sense.
check. Come with us.
Okay, so definitely here I want to buy like a flash, right? Because pistol round's a kind of a deciding round. It might not seem like the biggest deal to not buy just like one extra ability, but it kind of is, especially for breach, or in this case, if you're Sova, you could buy a drone, right? Because 300 credits actually is drone's 300, right? I don't play Sova
So,
enough. Yeah, so you could buy a drone. Drone's extremely valuable. One flash could be extremely valuable as well. So that could be the difference between winning and losing this round, like straight up. So definitely want to buy that. It's not a massive deal that you didn't, but just make sure you're aware of that. Okay, so we do want to go first. I don't think we want the spike unless our teammate threw it to us. So here's actually a perfect example of where we could flash. Oh, this guy has a flash. We could flash like through this, right? And then just, you know, either tell our teammate or just flash and run in with it.
yeah.
Very free kill. Looks like we do kill that person anyway.
Got that.
Here, we want to plant. I know you probably didn't plan on having the spike, but we do want to plant there. Okay.
Got that.
So here, again, like, if we had a flash, that'd be really good. You could use your aftershock. Like, you could aftershock. If you knew you had spike, you could run up on the right here. Aftershock, like, snowman, right over here. And then just kind of, like, plant, you know? That would probably be the best thing to do here. Do you remember if you knew you had the spike? I don't think you realized you did, which is fine. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna buy, which is what we want to do, right? We want to buy whenever we win pistol round. Looks like our team won it for us. So here, it seems like we don't say anything, which is completely fine, you know, completely fine. But you are an initiator, so I'm gonna be a little picky on you about this because, like, again, your flashes, you're gonna probably hear me say a lot about your flashes this game, because I think the most important thing for a breach to do, it's kind of like with a Sova, like the most important thing you could do is a drone, but for breach, your most important thing is like a flash, right, or stun. If you can flash or stun for your teammates, you're kind of like, even if you're entrying, that is the best thing you could do for your team. So if you aren't doing that, then that's what I'm gonna be picking at here. Nice internet, by the way.
Right there.
I would highly recommend looking up here. I don't know if people actually do people peek this in like silver, gold. Did they peek that?
Sometimes do. If they do it, they just do it every single round. So you
Yeah.
just kill them.
Okay. Yeah, I just like to place my crosshair up there because
Chamber's
I
one hit.
expect it quite a lot. Okay. One thing I'll notice, again, I'm not trying to be like super picky or anything. I noticed a little bit of hesitance here with the stun. I think this stun's extremely good. Like, even if you did it early, even if you think it's early, I think it's a really, really good stunt to do
Chamber's one hit.
right here. Like, I think this is really good. It also, it even reaches all the way up to over there, you know, heaven. So, this is really good. The one thing I'm picking at here is, like, we're kind of waiting. I'm not sure why we waited for it here, but I would have just, like, thrown it out.
Yeah, this is like
You
my
throw it.
first time playing Breach, so I'm just.
Oh, okay, really? Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's fine. I did not know that, but yeah, that's a good stun. Okay. Do you plan on playing? Wait, have you played Breach more? Because this is a little bit in the past.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll try to talk more from the perspective of just like an initiator, but I might dive in a little bit to Breach because we're playing Breach. So maybe
use a silver VOD.
I mean, we're already kind of in this one, so
Okay.
yeah. I mean, like, I think you could use this as motivation to play some more Breach, because Breach and Silver are in the same role, right? Like, those are good, some good overlap there. I think you could use this for sure. And regardless, you're gonna learn something from this. So, okay, good aim, very good aim, right? Very good aim. You are smurfing. So here, right, this is where we can flash. So we know that there's someone on screens, on the other side of the screens. So I haven't seen you go to use a flash yet. This is a perfect flash though, right? Like it's quite hard to mess up a breach flash. The main way you're gonna mess up a breach flash is by flashing a teammate. And if you're just kind of aware like what your teammates are looking at, then you're generally not gonna flash them. So this is a really good flash. Like you can run up closer, flash it, and then just kill them, right? It's very very good aim, right? Very good aim. I can probably sense that most of your weakness is gonna be from like comms, lack of comms, and lack of ability usage, lack of coordination with the team, right? Like regardless of what agent you're playing, regardless if this is a breach VOD, that's probably where. Let's see actually what are we saying here. I'm gonna go A again. I bet that's what you say. Your minimap's very small. Okay, we don't say anything. Yeah, definitely comms is gonna be.
I just didn't record my mic. That's why.
Oh, okay. Did you remember what you said? You probably said go A or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So our mini map's so small. You guys are like mini, literally mini. But I like that we're going A again. So the one thing this round though that we do want to realize is we're at a disadvantage because they're gonna have guns now. Do you ever think about it like this, right? Like
Yeah.
you guys kind of forced last round. You can't really buy Phantoms, so you bought a Spectre, and that makes you at a disadvantage because the enemy team can buy full guns. So, like going A against fine, but I know you're smurfing on Iron Silver or Iron Gold 1. I would try to coordinate something, right? Like I would try to. This is a perfect example of where you kind of try to build your comms up. Would you say that you're kind of a player that doesn't use comms a whole lot, or maybe a little bit?
I don't only use comms unless the team uses it. So,
Okay, so I'll tell you right now, like you can make it to plat pretty easily with your aim. I could just tell, like straight away. But the problem is most plat players have good aim, and that's all that they have going for them, right? You want to start early. You want to start building something up for you that's not just your aim, right? Because aim's great, and aim puts you like above most players in the game. But you need something else to get you out of plat, to get you into the higher ranks, and that's comms, that's coordination, right? That's ability usage. That's what those things are important for. I know to you that probably sounds like, you know, why would I flash for these people that are not very good or whatever? But like that's you. You're the one that's doing that. That has nothing to do with them. They're just like, you know, they're just kind of like the icing on top of the cake, and you're the cake. So yeah. I can tell that we like to fight. Whenever you play, wait, what's your main again? What's your, like your most played by far?
Sova.
Sova. So whenever you play Sova, do you push up and do you play aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I actually kind of like that. So Breach, like, she's a flash, man. Like, this is so broken. If you just flash this, as long as your team's kind of somewhat around you, it's kind of hard to go wrong, to be honest. Like, it's really hard to go wrong.
Dude.
It's really hard to go wrong with this flash because you can't flash your teammate here. Like, even if, like, the worst case scenario is just makes a little bit of noise and they kind of know you're coming, but you just have the aim for it anyway. Good, very good stun. Here's, yeah, flash. One thing I will say about flash, I'm very happy you pulling out your flash, but you can flash a little deeper. You can flash, like, up here, maybe. Flash somewhere, because, like, if he's kind of at an angle where this isn't going to flash him, then a good chamber player can kind of hide. And this is where I mean, like, you flash your teammates, so you gotta be careful. A deeper flash wouldn't flash your teammate. Here, we can rotate, right? This, yeah, it seems like you're actually a pretty smart player, okay? But, like, the problem here is, like, we need to ask them. I think you did actually ask them.
Yeah.
I think you did, yeah, but, like, here, keep running. I don't care, like, if they're waiting, I'm running. I'm not gonna turn around to watch them. Like, let's leave, let's go B. If they don't come, like, that's their problem. That's their problem. I wouldn't walk back and tell them. I would keep running and tell them. It might seem like a minor thing, but, like, these things add up. Again, I can tell your aim is good. I can tell that you're ready to take fights. I can tell that you're ready for that, but we're focusing on what you're weak at. So here we have one orb from ult. We grab ult. We can just say, like, yeah, I'm gonna grab orb. Can we ult B? Run out with me, team, please. Right? Something like that. How do you aim train, by the way?
I played Kovacs like last year a lot.
Okay, cool. Cool. Anything else? Like aim lab, deathmatch, anything? You
Like,
don't
I
play
just
Kovacs anymore?
deathmatch for fun sometimes. Here, let's see how many hours I have in Kovacs. I'm like better at tracking, so I used to
Okay.
play COD a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I have 400 hours. Kovacs.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell. Okay, one thing that I can tell that you could improve at mechanically, again, your strong point is definitely mechanics. Like your aim alone is probably going to put you above silver and easily into like mid to high gold right now, and probably even plat eventually. But one thing I could tell is your crosshair placement. Like sometimes you're not looking at what I would want you to look at. I noticed that here on right here earlier, and then also an A like up top. This is where deathmatch could be really useful. You say you play it for fun. I would just play it with the intention of getting better crosshair placement. That'll help you out a lot. This is good, you know, good crosshair placement there. Good stun. This would be a good flash right here, right? Just flash forward, keep running. And again, like, just say, I'm gonna flash yellow. I'm flashing yellow jet. Like, that's all you have to say. You don't have to do some crazy, you know, comms for your team. Like, a lot of people don't want to comm because they feel like, you know, it's just pointless, or maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know, you know? But that's just like a small comm you can make that really does make a big difference. And in the same time, it makes your teammates realize like you actually want to win, and it makes them want to win as well. Beautiful. Let's rewatch that. Yeah, that's pretty unlucky, huh? You just kind of get timing there. The smoke and like took your turn to the left, so this you actually can't see them there. If you saw him, you might have even flicked him. You just didn't see him on your screen. So I think our positioning's good. I just think we wait. I just think I would have grabbed orb. Okay, like I would have grabbed orb and then been like, okay, I'm gonna ult B side. Can we go, guys? I want to see you work as a team, as a team, right? I don't want you to just think, okay, I'm really good. I have good aim. Like I understand you have good aim. I know that you know you're good, but like we want to work with a team. This is a team game. At the end of the day, this is not, you know, it's not Call of Duty. This is not some other game where you just run in. Like if you work with your team, this game's going to be a whole lot easier to win. It's going to be a lot easier to win rounds, and it's going to be a whole lot easier to win on attack and defense. But yeah, unlucky there. Does that make sense? Does it all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here again, if we're talking about how to coordinate, how to play as a team, you know, you have your ult, of course, that's a good place to start, but we have Sky and Raze ult. Okay, Sky and Raze ult. So it kind of just depends. Like if you want to use your ult, then go for it, right? But if you want Sky to use her ult before you for whatever reason, it doesn't really matter what reason, or Raze ult before you, like, yo, Raze, can you ult in here? Typically here, I would ask Sky or Breach to ult first. So one of you two, you have to just figure out for yourself if you want to ult first, or like, Sky, can you ult this in? Something like that. Looks like we're saving. Looks like we're actually on the same buy, which is really nice as well.
KO's one hit.
Again, it's like you're not even in the mindset to like use abilities for teammates or to like help teammates. So you understand there's duelists, there's initiators, so you guys are kind of like at the front of the pack, which is great. And so typically initiators are going to be the second ones in, so you're going to be like droning your duelist in, or you're going to be like flashing your duelist in. But the cool thing about initiator is that you can actually serve as the duelist, but you don't want that to be your default. You want to try to help your teammates go in first. Like that's kind of your job. And you can fall back like on the duty of going in first if you need to, but that should not be your default. You understand that? Like I understand that you're smurfing, I understand you want to get some kills here, but in general, like your normal level of play, try to help your team go in. Because again, you're not playing bad, you're playing good. It's just this is unlucky as well. This is unlucky. Actually, we can look at crosshair placement here, even though it's kind of irrelevant to the death. So whenever you play deathmatch, you see how your crosshair's like stuck to the wall here?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm you, I'm placing my crosshair here, because where's the enemy gonna be? Not here, right? The enemy's gonna be here or up here. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm always like predicting where the enemy's gonna be. I know this is where you're probably like imagining they're gonna be, but your crosshair needs to follow suit. And then just again, kind of unlucky timing, right? But I would definitely expect someone to be backside there. Otherwise, fine. We're actually looking at the buys, which is really nice. Happy to see that. Most people do not look at that. So going to buy for next. Okay. Again, like this rank, like you're literally just playing like solo. You're literally like nobody talks to each other. If you could just say like I'm flashing, guys, I'm gonna ult B, guys, I'm gonna ult A, like something like. Imagine if someone else on your team said that. Like, how nice would that be, right? To just have someone to work with that you can kind of like trust, that you know is gonna, you know, be a good teammate. Like, that's who you want to be, right? On top of all of your good mechanics. And so we have been holding out for a while, so I'm gonna notice that again. We've kind of been holding out for a little bit longer than we should have, been. So I would have ulted. I would ult definitely now. It's always a good.
Keep holding on to ult like always. It's like Sova too.
Like even now, even when you're gold 1?
I mean, not now. I've been using it more, but like.
Okay, no, it's fine if you have. I'm just curious.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So like a good way to start is, you know, just kind of like just ult. Like just try to experiment with your ult. Like imagine new ways to ult that you don't normally do and see how it goes. If something works, then that's great. If something doesn't work so great, then don't do it again, right? But what matters is not like you can hold your ult for 1, maybe max 2 rounds. But if you're holding your ult ever longer than that, then you really need to hold something or need to use it somewhere. Because, like, in higher ranks, people use ults very rapidly. But in lower ranks, people are not going to tell you to use your ult. You have to kind of be on top of that. So, here we are, right? Here, I'd also be looking at, like, their ults. Like, are they going to Phoenix ult? Are they going to KO ult me? Am I going to get opted by this chamber? Okay, again, I'm always thinking forward. Yeah, good. Flash, right? Flash. I'm flashing mid, guys. Can we peek? Or can we push, right? Something like that. Or can we rotate? Either one's fine. This is good. This is good. I don't like that we're all going 2, but I mean... Yeah. This is where, like, I would... I would probably ask him to rotate after... He has a spike, too. Okay, we're just gonna keep running. It's fine. But like, do you ever sense like it's a good time to rotate and your team does not? Like, I'm guessing that happens. So you just have to be vocal about it, right? Like, cause like I don't know. I heard this a while ago. Like, you say rotate and your team doesn't listen. You just have to like rotate. You have to say it like a million times for your team to actually like register it. That's just kind of how it is, especially with people that are like stubborn or looking for a kill. Sometimes if people don't rotate after that, like that's not your fault, right? But if you don't try, that's your fault. If you know it's a good time to rotate, if you know it's a bad time to continue pushing forward, like that's on you. If you know, and you don't say if you don't say anything. But here again, we're very good, like with our aim for the most part. Like you're definitely above gold 1 in my opinion. But like their ability usage is a little weak here. Like flash, right? Flash. This is a great flash right here. Flash, peek, kill, plant. Very easy. We just want to fight. It's almost like we're in permanent deathmatch, which is great. But okay.
93
Ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
we could actually win this, I think.
on.
No, we actually could have though. This guy, this guy ran back.
93 on.
Yeah, this guy. If you had killed one of them right here, I think you would have actually won. Maybe you kill the chamber then shoot him.
Yeah.
But you know, hindsight's 2020. So one thing with the C, I noticed again. I don't actually expect you. I expect you to use your C the least as breach. Again, I don't know if you plan on playing breach after this, but this C is not bad at all. Like it's not bad. I like the idea of it. Prevents him from kind of like pushing here.
Yeah.
But you can like imagine there's nobody here. Imagine there's nobody here, and then you can like hit C on the spike here, right? Like you can use that for the spike. I don't know if it would have worked in this exact plant spot, but you know, it's just good for that scenario. Like if you're gonna plant and then use it like that, that's really useful. Okay, so again we have ult. You know, just pop it. Like if you ult and you feel like it's not great, or you feel like your team didn't follow, at least you ulted and at least you tried something. Like maybe even you got 1 kill. You know, like that's perfect. 1 kill even for breach ult's great. I hope we use ult like for you here. Like I think 2 ults in this half would be really good, but I think we might hold the ult the whole half. To be honest, maybe not. We'll see. Okay, I like the stun, but maybe think how else could I stun? Could I peek off my stun? Can the teammate go off my stun? Because we just throw the stun and I don't think we think much of it afterward, right? That's kind of how it is. But like run up in the smoke, stun, peek with it, flash maybe. You know? Like this is just like breach is just brain dead. You literally just throw your abilities in, peek, have your teammates peek, 1 of the 2, and then okay, nice. You're in my mind. It's a good game. Okay. Okay, so again, like, what could have made this breach ult better? Do you have any ideas?
We pushed in.
Yeah, that would help, Rit. That would
I was
definitely
just
help.
confused by the boom bot because
Yeah, that is confusing. That is definitely attention capturing. Okay, so our team's here, which is great. That's like a step ahead of most teams, right? Teams on the same site with each other, but here we could have said I'm breach ulting. Maybe honestly you could have waited for the smoke to drop so your team, because like whenever you see a smoke, your first reaction is not to walk into it. So like when you ult when there's a smoke, it's kind of hard. But that's fine. Like we could have easily ran through the smoke. I think the bigger thing here is just saying to your team, I'm ulting. Like I'm ulting. 3, 2, 1. Can we push through, guys? Right? Something like that. Very simple, but very very effective. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously there's a nade. Like there's a smoke. It kind of. You know, I don't blame them for not pushing. I kind of do, but like this is also silver, so.
80 on tail. Excite.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just people are on high ground. I don't know why it still does that though.
It's close left.
Yeah, nice. Nice. I want us to think, like, I want you to play Breach after this, okay? I want you to play Breach and, like, ask yourself, how can I flash a little deeper? I think if you threw deeper flashes, because, like, right here, I want you to notice. You see where this is landing? It's literally, like, right here. You can throw it on the other side. You can throw it, like, farther in, like, on top site, and then hit back site with it. Like, those are the flashes where Breach player, like, really good Breach players use, because, like, it's just really annoying. Like, you don't see them coming. You can't really turn from them. If your team's pushing in with them, like it's really really hard to do anything, and so that's where you want to be. This flash is good, but like imagine if you'd flash like through this hole or something somehow. I don't know how, but and then you push up, like he's gonna be screwed. Here, honestly, I think it's okay to walk. No, like you have the spike, you're in a 1v4, they're gonna push you. You don't really want to give away where you are. I think we're kind of like panicky. I think we're like, you know, oh, they're pushing me. You know, like, oh, I'm in a clutch. But yeah, we can walk. We can walk. You know, now they know where you are, so you don't really have to. But it's always kind of okay. Good try. We could have absolutely won that. Good try. Good try.
Y'all got.
Okay. Okay. Okay, the smoke saves you.
I know.
And I'm flashing the guy yellow, that's all I have to say. I'm not asking you to be like a high level, you know, communicator or anything. I'm just asking for you to be what I would want on my team, right? Like I want comms out of each of my teammates. I want like the bare minimum out of you. And if you want to give more than the bare minimum, that's great. But right now you're not giving like what I would consider to be like, you know, for a breach player, just like the bare minimum. So here we don't need to be fighting. I kind of would expect you to fight. So like whenever I coach people, there's two types of people. There's, you know, the person I coached yesterday, which is the person that plays lineups for his whole life, or there's you who's like always fighting, right? So for you, I want you to be on the side of like trying to play back a little more, especially when the spike's planted, okay? Because if you just fight here, you're just kind of giving up fights earlier than you need to. Like whenever you plant the spike on attack, it's on the enemies to push into you. And if they don't do that, they're losing. They're losing, right? Like, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is good. We can chill.
Play time. Y'all are low.
Like whenever people say play time, that's basically what I'm telling you right now. Is like play time. So this is exactly where you could use this C. Like I don't think you could actually use it here, but like if it was planted in a place that you could use it, this is a perfect example. They're probably not going to stick this, if I had to guess.
Please. Asking spike.
One enemy remaining.
Bridge or Brim hit 40.
Good job. Like I'm happy to see you playing up with your jet. Like you're playing with your teammates good. It's just you're not the one to initiate, but you understand Breach and Sova are initiators. So you want to initiate like, you know, comms, you want to initiate plans, you want to initiate strategies.
All right.
Yeah. So good job though. But do catch yourself, because I think you would be the type of player that would like peek when you don't really need to. Because I am very guilty of that as well, like peeking when you don't need to. And so it's kind of on you to identify when should you not be peeking. So especially when like the spike goes down, you know, like should I just be playing time? Here, I'd be cautious of chamber ult. I don't know if people.
You want to
Okay,
play,
there you go.
let's play.
Probably A.
Like good chambers will op from up there, like farther back up there. You have to be very careful of that.
Watch mid.
He's probably opping like mid or B though, honestly.
Yeah, I've never gotten op from there, so I just don't pick.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like a lot of lower rank players probably won't play up there, but high rank players always up there, and it's really annoying. Up there, yeah, like top gen. So again, like it seems like you're kind of alone. A good remedy to this is just like, guys, I'm gonna flash this into A. Can we go? And then like some games when you try to do this, your team won't follow, but at least you tried, right? Like that's what I'm telling you. Like, you know, please try. That's what really matters. Please try to work with your team. And if you try and it doesn't work, you know, at least you tried. But here, I'm definitely noticing our team's not with us. I'm noticing our team's not with us, and like whether you like it or not, you probably want to follow them. You can make some noise, like it's good to make some noise, throw the enemies off, but I don't know how much the enemies are gonna be faked out. So I'd probably just rotate to go help the spike. Yeah, okay, good. Good. I'm glad we're not going up tube, because I think going up tube would be stacking too many up tube. Ooh. I think we run a little bit too much. You notice that? I think, I'm not saying this scenario specifically, but I think like whenever you're in kind of sneakier, like where you have potential to be sneakier scenarios, I think you run a little too much. Like the clutch example is perfect. Almost every high rank player in that scenario would be walking for the first kill. And even after the first kill, they might still be walking, because running always gives away your position. And running is typically only good if you're running towards site, running away from site, or, you know, I don't know, like rotating or something, right? Good kill. Good kill.
Remaining.
Yeah.
Spike down B.
Yeah, 7-5 half. And plant. So here is where, okay, this is dangerous, but we could use our C here if we like if we push this way, hold mid, and then we can see this, right? We can aftershock, whatever this is. I don't remember what that's called.
Yeah, I don't know what's called.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called either.
Play to trade each other.
Aftershock. Aftershock's your stun. Okay, so like I can't blame you because it's your first time breach. I think, like I like the idea to stun, right? Like it's good that you're trying to use your abilities. So I think you'd actually be an extremely good breach player, but you just gotta play him more. But here probably the C would be better, but you know I think we could just hold the angle. The best thing to do is just hold the angle because that can happen. But you know, being traded is always nice, and it does happen. Okay, so. Have your comms like got any better from this scenario? Like I don't know how old is this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
it's
like,
like 11 days ago. Okay. Yeah. So it like just try to work on your comms. Like that's a big thing for sure. You can start very small. You don't have to make a massive leap in one day.
Okay.
Like yo guys, I'm gonna ult. Can we go in? I'm gonna ult A. That's what I would say. That's unfortunate. I think honestly, I think like I don't know if I should tell a breach player to go up top, but I think you can make use of going up here, okay? Because you can get a lot of good flash angles from going up there. Like you can flash farther back when you go up top here, and it's not very hard to do. Like you can just jump up because you like here if we notice, you can't. You're in first, right? You're always like the first one in, like always, even in front of your duelist or duelists. And so like here we could take this time to just take the rope or jump up top here from on the left, right? Because we do pause here for a second and we could go up here and then we could flash from up there and then just take fights. Like people don't really know how to deal with you up there a lot of the time, especially in this rank, especially even in like plat. I think plat players might play up here more, but yeah, unfortunately we get naded. They have Razor, so it's kind of unlucky. Like if we knew Razor was playing here. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but very happy to see you use your ult though, right? Can I get heal? Can I get heal, please? Can I get heal, please? This guy, can you heal me, please? Yeah.
Flank.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just a bad push, right? I guess okay. No need to be upset about it.
Flank.
We get Raze ulted, we get Raze naded. I think it's hard for you to hear the Raze nade. It was a good ult. We hit 2 people. Like if our team was really close up behind it, we probably could have killed those people as well. But you know, pushes don't always go perfect, so that's completely fine. I think we're missing out on going mid a little bit too. Like I think we went mid like once, and then we rotated late to go mid. We went late to go mid, like to follow our team up. But I think it's good to like, again, you're an initiator, right? Like you want to initiate plans, strategies. That doesn't just mean like flash first or go run in first. Like it means be the first one to say something on your team whenever you lose a round or, you know, whenever your team's got really horrible mentals. You want to be the one like, it's all good guys, we got this, right? We can win. Like that's you. That's you. That can be you. But, you know, I would suggest asking your team to go mid a little more. Just like try it. If it doesn't work, you don't have to go there. But going under tube to B is like a really good strat, and even just walking up for kills, walking up kitchen, seeing if it's tripped, stuff like that can be really useful.
Don't need the Omen. He's 1 and 9. Why are you saying GG?
Yeah, like here you'd be like, we got it, guys, we can win. Instead of joining them and saying GG, because that's the easiest thing to do. So here we could just throw a flash. Like we have 2 flashes, you can flash them back yellow. I think it's a pretty good bet. Someone's back there, and sure enough, there is a chamber there. Good job. I don't know how that got in TP.
One's gonna be coming from flank.
Okay. I would, again, can I get heal? Sky, can we get heal and then get spike? Right, that's what I would be asking. From Hippo Seducer 69, that's what I'd be asking. Like, can we come back? We need to fight for the spike here, pretty much, because there's 1 flank. You need a heal. He has the heal. You just have to ask for it. We know Raze is on flank now. Again, this is a team game. You're not in a free-for-all. Like, I don't care how much you feel like your team is not willing to play with you, even if you're smurfing. It's probably even worse when you're smurfing because like you feel like you're above them, right? That's fine to feel like that, but you want to work with them. Good try. We could have killed the Phoenix and the Raze there very easily. Yeah, I think we could just like shoot him there easily, but no worries about it. And you picked up the Phantom, which I think screwed you out of the kill on the Phoenix. But good try.
Yeah.
Good try, good try. The last round, do we have a DC? That's not fun, of course, that's not fun. Oh, it's our 1 in 10 honey butter. Okay. It might be for the best. We might get some extra credits. What's your reaction when you have a DC on your team?
I'm just like extra credits.
Yeah, it's extra credits. So in this case, like if it's someone at the top, that's not good, but this case is okay. I would be asking Raze, can you please ult somewhere? Like, can you ult and then I'll follow you, please? Something like that, because the Raze is just holding her ult. Like, I don't know if she's used it. I haven't really been paying attention, but if she has her ult here, you want to ask her to use it. It's last round. We're buying a Bulldog. That's a pretty good buy. It's like we're kind of playing alone again. Again, this is probably your biggest weakness, is just not coordinating with your team, not really... This is like almost every silver gold player's biggest weakness, just not willing to like coordinate with their team. Like seeing their team as the enemy instead of the enemies as the enemy, right? I'm not saying this is you for sure, but just have some willingness to work with a team. This is a team game. This is what you want to do. Okay. Good. Good. This is exactly why you want him to ult, because that's just free. This is free sight, right? This is beautiful. Oh, this is a perfect example of why this flash is not good. Okay, do you understand this now? Like, how a deeper flash is better? So, you flash the corner. I think we can actually pause it. You see how this, like, it's just the angles. Like, it's just how the structure is blocking, right? Like, this right here is blocking the flash from flashing them. But if you flash through the wall instead of through the corner, because there's a difference, right? You can flash through the corner, and then it comes on this side of the structure, or you can flash through it. And if you flash through it, then they're both blind. But that's the difference. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so deeper flashes of the breach are not always better, but most of the time they're better. Like a flash here, you actually get both of the kills so easily. And I actually think this is good. It's 4v4, we're down, like, you know, I think this is good. I think this is a good play. It's just a bad flash is all. You even get a trade, which is really good. With that bad flash, you get a trade. Very good. But unfortunately, our team... Okay. Again, buy a flash. Like, you know, buy a flash, work with your team. Yo, guys, I have a flash here. You don't have to say that. Just buy a flash. Okay, stun. I like the stun. If they're here, I like the stun. We're still down 1. We can still win this game, though. You're doing pretty well, in my opinion. This game is half mentality. If you have mentality down, you're gonna climb very far. If you don't, then you're gonna be stuck.
Spike down B.
So here, I'd actually walk over here and then like either stun yellow or stun like this, like diagonal. Okay. Or you can just wait for the plant. Like if your Sky wants to flash, that's even better. Yo, Sky, can you flash for me? Can you flash for us out of the smoke? Peek with it.
He used flash. He doesn't have flash anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah. So in that case, you can. But if you bought a flash, you could as well. That's true though. So this is probably the best thing. Let's, yeah.
They're rotating.
Okay, so now we just kind of want to run. What? How did that not actually kill them?
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
I think we shot a little fast, maybe.
One's kitchen.
This is the sheriff. When I use it, it just goes
Everywhere.
bullets. Yeah.
Enemy remaining.
So here, like, again, a good example. This is like the bare minimum, like the very basics of what you could say to your team. Brimstone's lit 60, right? Like if imagine you're the Raze for a second, and then imagine someone on your team telling you that he's lit for 60. Like that gives you such a fat confidence boost with a ghost. Like you just have to hit him twice. Unless he has light armor, then like I don't expect him to have light armor though, to be honest. Maybe he does, he has a classic. Either way, letting your team know that someone's damaged is a really, really useful thing. And that really helps your team, you know, That really helps your team just win the round, basically.
Put down.
It's just the right thing to do anyway. Let's see, he wins it.
10 seconds.
Nice. Okay, good job. Want to surrender even though we won the round? Okay, we are down one. Okay, so we buy a guardian. I like to buy. Like they might go A. I think our crosshair is a little high. Maybe. I'd be getting ready to rotate here. Yeah, I'd be rotating probably just a little sooner than you, just a little.
They all have pistols.
Spike planted.
I would just take a fight. Like he doesn't know you're here. He might know you're here, but I would just try to fight him. And now we want to be moving quick, right? Because now you understand. Now after they plant the spike, you're now the attacker, right? Like you're no longer defending. You're now on a clock. You're attacking, and not only are you attacking, but you're also on a clock. So you have to go quick. Like a free gun for you. I would just flash run through. Like I actually wouldn't be focused on behind me. Like even though I know that someone's there, like I would just run toward the site. Try to get the people on site killed. Try to get the spike to half, and then fight the person behind me. Because knowing that someone's behind you is very useful information, but focusing on the person behind you is actually what they want you to do. Like in the ideal scenario, they want you to waste time by looking for them. And it's just gonna give you the free kill anyway. Okay. So he's not thinking about that at all, of course. But ideally, that's what they're doing. So here, yeah, like now, I think are you just playing for picks here? I think we're just kind of like chilling out now. I would have probably gone for it just because like it was pretty early when the spike was planted, but we did waste a little bit of time kind of looking behind us. So that's kind of a good point. But now we can just go for some kills.
Enemy remaining.
Like again, your aim is very good. Like your aim is very good. I think your aim could easily get you to plat. So I don't know, like. What would you say is holding you back most, like from your perspective?
Just peek everything.
Like, but what's holding you back the most? Like, what are your biggest weaknesses? Oh, that's your biggest weakness, like peeking everything.
Yeah, kind of, and then like sometimes I just go like autopilot and I just do the same thing like every round. So it's kind of.
Yeah, that's actually pretty common, believe it or not. But like, if you believe in your aim, like again, I think peeking everything is probably not a good way to approach it. But if you can rely on your aim in certain scenarios, like people in gold are not gonna have that good of aim. Like I promise you, your aim can outplay them easily. So I think there's a difference between having aim and there's a difference between having aim with confidence. So if you can like really believe in your aim, that's the confidence part, and believe in your ability to carry yourself. That's the confidence part that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people have the aim, but they don't have the confidence. So that's what you really want to work on, I think, for sure, is to get you to plat. And once you get to plat, then like, but you still want to be working on coordinating with teammates. That's really the main takeaway, I think, from this session. It's just focus on working with teammates. As painful as it might be for you here, I'm asking like my teammates, do you guys hear any A? You know, I'm thinking, should I rotate here? I should probably rotate. Could they come B? Yes, but they're probably not going to. They're probably going A. I don't know how many times we started B, but I might be playing A. Like, I might start playing A now after this round. Because clearly our team can't hold it, and clearly you need to be there. Okay. Yeah, so if I'm young, playing A next round. Okay, good. We're playing mid, actually. I would... So it looks like we're just giving up A. Oh, wait. They have a DC now. Okay. This is very interesting. This is the 4v4. This is the 4v4. So okay, they're just going B. I don't understand. Like, it's so confusing to me. Like, how this rank works.
I don't understand, like my own team.
I don't think trying to understand is the correct approach. I think just, like, accepting what's happening and trying to do your best is, like, a good approach. Because when I try to understand people in this rank, I'd always fail. Not always, but I fail a lot. but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to work with your team, right? Nice. Stun or C? Stun or use your C. Okay, good job. You can win this pretty easily. It's like we're not going to though. I'm very happy to see that we're going A. If I'm trying to predict where the enemy's going, but as we just said, like that's probably not a good way to do it. I'm expecting them to come A with KO, Phoenix ult. Like I'm expecting them to push A here. This is a good spot, especially with your aim. So this is exactly the type of thing you want to be taking advantage of.
Smoke's mid.
This is what I did this morning on chamber. Just
Mid, mid,
Yeah.
mid, mid, mid.
Yeah, this is a very dirty angle, and if people don't know about it, then
And
it's
maybe
very
two.
free kills. And on chamber, it's even better. You just get out.
Yeah, out.
And
two.
again, as we said, like I can't predict these people. Like I don't know what they're doing. So, like I don't know how to tell you to know what they're doing, but just try to feel what they're doing because that's the best way. Like if you can kind of figure out what they like, put yourself in their shoes to figure out where they're gonna go. That's where you want to be because you can just kind of like ride which way they want to push, and then with your aim, you just win the game for yourself.
Joke's over. You're dead.
So we're actually one point away from ult. So get a kill ult. Like if we're down this many rounds, we're not down a whole lot, but if you're only down like 4 rounds here, if you get a kill in this scenario, I would just pop the ult. Because if you pop the ult, you're gonna have a higher chance to win the round. So just pop the ult. I don't know. He was just turned away. I think we noticed a little bit of hesitance from you, and I think we notice this sometimes, okay? So, again, I think this ties into confidence a little bit. Like, have confidence in yourself. So, like, if you don't know that if this is a good flash or not, like, just do it. Just do it, or either do it or just don't do it. But don't consider doing it, and then don't do it, and then do it. Right? So, like this. Like, I'm gonna flash, like, I don't know if it's a good flash. Like, just do it, right? And then this is just unlucky, like he's just not looking at it, so, you know. I think the flash idea is pretty good, though, honestly. I think it's very good. We could flash again. Yeah, we could flash again. I would flash again. And then get a kill and ult. That's my idea here. So if I see this, we know that the chamber has to be around here, but if I see a TP, I'm expecting the chamber to be very close nearby it. And again, I can't read people in this rank, so don't listen to what I'm saying.
Last player standing.
they keep crouching, so I keep shooting over their head. It's really
It's like whack-a-mole.
Player standing. Spike
Okay.
planted.
Again, like, your aim is good, okay? Your aim's good. So, you know, if you can, like, that's what deathmatch is for. People are going to crouch in deathmatch. You can work on that. That's no problem. If you play deathmatch a little more with the intention of improving your mechanics are going to be very, very good. But would you say you blame your teammates? Like, is that something that you do? In your mind, do you blame teammates? Like, it's okay if you do. I'm not here to, like, judge you or anything. I'm just curious.
yeah. Sometimes like
Yeah.
if they just like
It's kind of hard not to sometimes, especially if you have better aim, especially if you're at the top of the leaderboard. It's even more harder, okay? But you don't. That's a trap. You don't want to fall into that trap of blaming people, because every time you blame someone, it just makes it harder on yourself. Your team is that's how you win the game. Your team is your friends, basically, right? You know, that doesn't mean flame your enemies, but you want to never blame your team. Like, if you blame your team, at least do it at the end of the game, at least. But whenever the game's over, don't, like, think, oh, my team held me back, right? Because that's just, like, the mindset of a loser. Like, you're going to stay in the rank that you're at if you think that. And, again, no hard feelings if you think that, but that's not where you want to be. Okay, so we have ults. We have ults here. Sky ult, Breach ult.
I think a whiff on the op. I don't know.
Hopping, okay. I like it. I would be rotating a little sooner. Okay, we're rotating pretty good here though. This is pretty good. Just other rounds, I noticed, like, other rounds before this, you kind of wait a little longer than I would have. I would have rotated like 5 or 10 seconds quicker than you. Usually just 5 seconds, but in this
Because a lot
scenario,
of the time people lurk.
fake,
you
yeah.
know.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. But especially in like a 4v4, but also just realizing, like, in this game, like these people don't really lurk, okay? So like it's kind of later in the game, and these people don't lurk that much. So you have to be able to identify that within your games. You have to identify which enemies lurk and which don't. And so like say for example the Phoenix is lurking, he's not, but let's say the Phoenix is lurking, then you'd have a reason to stay a little longer. But if there's nobody lurking, then you know you need to identify that so you don't waste time. Because if you don't, then you're wasting time, and that's time you could spend defending here or defending wherever you're rotating to. Here, I would ult. This is a very, very good ult. I'm ulting, guys. I'm ulting default. I'm ulting site. Your Sky's got a flank. Sky, push up. I'm ulting. You can ult the plant. Like, we want to ult. We want to ult. This is a very, very good ult. Nice. I think just ult and, like, the round's a little easier there, to be honest. It's kind of hard to retake with an op. And the op on Breach is a little questionable. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying I don't know if I would do it on Breach. I'm not sure most Breach players would do it, but I like it. I like it. But I would
just
ult
op on everything. I op on Sova, I op on Stage.
the op's broken, so if you can opt, then like there's no, I'm not, you know, that's completely good. But I would have ulted there as the main thing.
You want to play? Let's play.
Or just play chamber, right? Just play chamber and then you can opt.
Yeah.
So like here I'm in the mindset like I'm gonna ult them. I'm gonna ult them, guys. It's like worst case scenario, what? You guys are down 6 rounds. You're gonna ult, you're gonna slow them down, you're gonna get a kill. And then what? They're scared to push because you ulted them all into a little corner. Now they're scared.
Joke's over. You're dead.
But we just don't use it. And we did use ult a little bit more than I actually thought we would on attack, but now we can't ult actually because of the KO ult, which is really sad, but I don't think you were going to anyway. Ooh, Odin. That's interesting buy. I like the buy as well. I like the Guardian as well, like props to you for buying the Guardian.
You Volt Breach.
Yeah, it's time to ult.
Let's push.
They're behind
Get in.
yellow.
Flash, I would flash.
I
Yeah,
know
there's,
it.
yeah, there's a,
Ooh, that's
No
tough.
way, dude.
We could have won that for sure. That's okay though.
Behind yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, just like a little, just keep playing deathmatch. Your aim is gonna be like so good, you just won't miss shots. And like, whenever you reach that point, you're gonna hit plat. Like, there's no question about it. You're gonna hit plat. But if you don't do it, I'm telling you now, and that's work with teammates. If you continue like blame teammates more than you do try to work with them, then that's where you're gonna get stuck is plat. But to take it to plat is just improve your aim, play deathmatch. That's all you really need. But if you want to go farther than that, you need to work with teammates. Okay, like that's the main takeaway.
No way, dude. How do you lose that?
And this is the type of teammate where you just want to like, you know, right click on their profile, click report, check all the boxes, and then click submit, and then you can go to your next game. Anyways, do you have any questions about the session?
not really.
Okay. So how do you feel about would you like to play more Breach now? I think you should play some more Breach, honestly. Like Breach Sova's it's a pretty dirty, like if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I think you can learn a little bit from this session. So coordinate with teammates, again, that's the main takeaway. Like use comms. It doesn't matter what agent you're playing, it doesn't matter what role you're on. Coordinate with teammates. If you're an initiator, that's even more of a reason to use comms. But on any role, like I don't care what role you're playing, just some comms here and there. If you're in silver, if you're in gold, that's where that's probably where most people are going to fail, is just not using comms. So if you can even say like 1 comm or 2 comms or 3 comms the whole game, you're gonna be 2 or 3 comms ahead of the whole team, of your whole team the whole game. And that's just really useful. But yeah, I hope this session was helpful. I'll write down some notes for you and I'll send those to you. Any final thoughts or any questions?
Nah.
Okay. You have a good day.
Me too.
Alright, bye-bye. Thanks for watching, everyone.